All right, guys. Let's hope this works. Sorry about that. I've been experiencing a lot of bad, uh, connection and YouTube Studio just being stupid. Anyways, what's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Guardian series recap. And unfortunately, this is the last one of the year because the Guardian season's over at the hands of, once again, the Stankies. This is like the third time in my lifetime I think that our season's ended to the Yankees. Second or third time since I've been able to comprehend what's going on. And it's funny too because the one time we didn't face the Yankees in the playoffs or the Astros, 2016, faced the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, made it to the World Series. Every other year it seems like we're facing the same teams, Astros or Yankees, and it's just the way it is, I guess. Anyways, I'm gonna go through the series a little bit, like I always do. Then I'm going to give you guys my 5 targets for the Guardians in free agency. So I'm gonna try and get through this before my internet decides to betray me again. Okay, so we're gonna fly through this series. I mean, yeah, like I said, at first I thought this was gonna be a rough series off that first game because we, of course, pitched very rare. They left 8 men on base, 0 base. Most of their run with a homer, and then from that point on, it was all Yankees. Bader homered, first of many for him. Trevino sac fly because I believe that was based off a missed play by Oscar Gonzalez, like the play before. And then Anthony Rizzo homered. 2-run homer for Rizzo, made it 4-1. That was game. Yeah. Quantrill gave us a solid outing. He tried. 5 innings, 4 hits. Not a great start for him. He tried though. I mean, he was all right. He wasn't the worst pitcher of the series, and you'll see that in a minute. Cole, on the other hand, went 6 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Of course, the 1 run being the dinger. But overall, we just couldn't contend with Cole. He was rock solid, which is what you need out of your $300+ million pitcher, right? You need him to show up in big moments, because if he doesn't, oh God, Yankees fans would have eaten him alive. For real. They've already kind of had a love-hate relationship with him. But he was solid. Quantrill had a lot of pressure on him because he had to try to keep that lineup silent, which we haven't really done much of this year. Only Tristan McKenzie kept their lineup silent, which was random because we beat them 1-0 out of nowhere. I mean, we definitely came back in that game, man. That was a fun game. Won it in 10 innings. Back and forth. Love to see it out of the guards. They never quit. They were up 2-0. I'm sorry, no, it was they were down, I believe. Yeah, they were down 2-0 because Stanton hit a home. Top of the 4th comes up. Jimenez made it a 1-run game, and then Ahmed homered to right center into the bullpen, and then it would be tied until the top of the 10th. Oscar Gonzalez came in there, gave us a run, and then Naylor doubled in a run. I can't believe he played that ball so bad. That might have been one of the worst played out fly balls I've seen in a while. Like he came in on it when he should have went out for it, which means he probably didn't see it off the bat. It happens. I think it's happened to us a couple times. What hurt the Yankees was going with Clark Schmidt over Clay Holmes, and I know Yankees fans let Boone hear that for sure. Yeah, they had Tyone. Oh, I'm sorry, that was that was later on. But yeah, they went Clark Schmidt, in that game, and after they had already given up the 2 runs. That's not the last time. Like I said, we're not going to hear. That's not the last time we're going to hear Clark Schmidt's name in this series. And I just freaking foreshadowed what happened in the very next game. Because we win 4-2 in 10. They hop on a plane, come to Cleveland the very game back. We had to play 4 straight days. So game 3 in Cleveland. And we got exactly what we needed out of Sticks, somewhat. I mean, stat line overall wasn't the greatest. 4 hits, 4 runs, but he did give us good inning length, though. That was good. 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 5 Ks, 2 homers. And yeah, those 2 homers, too. Naylor got us a run on the board in the bottom of the first with a single and a grounder to left. And then it was deflected by Kiner Falefa, too. So, yeah, that's nice. Bottom second, Quan singled in a run, made it 2-0. And then, like I said, 1 swing of the bat. Aaron, oh, look at me. I'm a rookie. Yeah. Look at me. I am a Yankee. I own you. He pimping a freaking 2-run homer. You're up 2 runs, 4-2. And the Guardians responded. Will Brennan, of all people, steps up. RBI single, cuts it to 1. Bader homered, top 7, made it 5-3. And then bottom 9, Ahmed Rosario singled in a run, made it 5-4. And then Oscar Gonzalez once again steps up in a big moment, gets us that winning base hit right up the middle against Clark Schmidt, who they brought in instead of Clay Holmes. I know a lot of Yankees fans were kind of like, why bring him in? They should have brought in the even though they thought he was. But whatever. So Gonzalez wins the game, and Guardians fans are thinking, all right, we got this. Let's finish them tomorrow. So then game 4 comes up. And by the way, if you're wondering how, well, yeah, I think I already went through McKenzie's stat line. But McKenzie, he didn't, back off. He didn't lose faith or anything. He just 2 bad balls. That's all it took. That sucks. But I'll give credit to De Los Santos and Morgan. And he turned back into the nasty pitcher that he was for the first couple months of the season. Yeah. Never lost confidence in him. I'll give Tito that. Got to give credit to Eli. Wow. Because he had a rough patch for a while. But we take game 3. Morgan got the win. Schmidt got the loss. That's tough. So we take this momentum into game 4, looking to put them away. And we actually goes out there, gives us 5 solid, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks. Oh, no, yeah, 1 walk, 3 earned runs, 3 Ks and a homer. Cole, 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Classic Cole. Couldn't touch him again. And that's a big, big game following Luis Severino, who was pitching game 3. He gave him 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 3 Ks, and a homer. That was the game that, honestly, I think on base, they were 0 for 7. But they left 11 on base. That's even worse. So, yeah, the first 2 games, we could not score guys at all. Game 3 comes up, 9 for 17 with runners in scoring position, and we left 9 on base. McKenzie, again, he looked all right, not the best. And that position, we left 4 on base. They left 2 on base. They were 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. But Quantrill, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. And I see he took the whole rock the baby thing from Naylor, and he's like, oh, you can call me your son? Okay, buddy. We'll watch this. I'm a son you then, loser. And yeah, he shut us down. Offense just kind of wilted away. And it sucks to see. Our offense has always been kind of boom or bust for the most part. If the Blues were supposed to be played the very next day, it was slated to be Tyone versus Savale. But of course, Mother Nature came through. This little storm line came through, and they postponed the game to the next day. And it wound up being Cortez versus Savale. Cortez went out 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks on 3 days rest. Which I remember seeing a record of people being so bad on 3 days rest, but he looked normal. And then Savale didn't even go an inning. 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, all on a homer by Stanton. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, an 81 ERA. Not great for him. Not great at all. Obviously. And after that home run by Stanton, that was it. It was 3-0. Judge added a homer in the bottom of the second. And then we scored a run from Ramirez, made it 4-1, and then Rizzo put it away with it's crazy that I mean, yeah, it's like waiting for a freaking YouTube studio to freaking get its act together. But I was told by Yankees fans that we were going to lose this series in 3 or 4. We took them to 5. You know, we took them to 5. The little old small ball, freaking unserious offense, disgusting brand of baseball Guardians took the almighty Yankees to 5 games. You know? And, actually, I think the day after, news came out that, as we expected, Jose Ramirez was playing the rest of the season. Since June, when he hurt his hand originally, he's been playing with a torn UCL, I believe, in his thumb. And he's having a hand surgery. Now, a lot of Guardians fans saw that news and were like, why didn't he just get the surgery, after he got hurt? Well, who knows where the Guardians would be, because he was our leading force on offense. Because after him, look at the stat sheet. After him, you had Josh Naylor, Jimenez, the Reds. You had Jose Ramirez. That's really it. He was the guy. He was that guy. Without him, I don't know where we'd be. We might have not even made the playoffs. You know? I mean, maybe Jose would have been back by September. But I don't know. I don't know. But all I'm going to say is hopefully he'll be ready to go by spring training, which that's the expectation. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully he's ready to go and we can get rolling again, and maybe the Guardians will spend some money to help him out. Because, Blitzer is probably like, so Dolan, buddy, I see your team was very good this year. Now, since I'm new here, and I come from organizations that are notorious for spending, Philadelphia 76ers, they spend a lot of money. The Devils, they spent some money. I mean, they got freaking, was it Dougie Hamilton? Yeah, right? Dougie Hamilton, I think he's over there now. Here's a pretty large contract. He's not known. They're not notorious cheapskate franchises. I'm sure maybe he'll bring that philosophy over here. Spend wisely. Not saying like spend like a drunken sailor, on a freaking alcohol binge. You don't want to just go out here being the, you know. I'll get into that in a minute because I have my off-season wish list coming up right here. So let's go into the season recap. Just the basis. Not going to go through every game, obviously. I'd be here all day. But honestly, first half of the season, we looked good. We were hanging around. Team was hitting the ball really well. Kind of struggled at times. Had a couple bad losing streaks. But my goodness, when I tell you that after the All-Star break, this team turned it on. And I love it. This team woke up after the All-Star break and they tore it up. August and September were probably the 2 best months of the year for the Guardians, especially into September. They were primed and ready to take this division in September. Getting into that final week, I believe our magic number, oh no, I'm sorry, not the final week, the second to final week, our magic number was 12. We had a series, I believe, against the Twins and the White Sox. Now, of course, we had the Rangers, then we had the Rays, and then the Royals to end the year. By the time we ended that Rangers series, we had won the division. We were popping bottles in Texas. Texas, yeah! I was thinking, hey, pop bottles at home. That's what I was thinking heading into that week. But no. We were like, pop bottles at home? No, that's pop bottles here. That's what we did. You love to see it. I mean, overall, great season. And this is a team that had 17 debuts this year. 17 guys made their major league debut. Would have had more, too. Because they had a couple Called him up, never played, which sucks. A lot of people were like, I wish he would have played. That was back when our freaking rotation was kind of banged up. That's another thing. This team was able to weather it this year because it was mainly our back end of the rotation that got hurt. It was Savale and Plazak that got hurt, unfortunately. You hate to see it, but luckily the top three, they were solid. I'm going to go through my offseason wish list. But yeah, spoiler alert, I got us, talking about pitchers, which everybody's going to be talking about that. But anyways, actually, let me pull up that tweet I was going to look at before. And then I'm going to head on out of here. Okay. So I'm going to go through my wish list here in a second. As soon as I pull up this tweet that I found. Okay. So anyways, let's go through my offseason wish list for the Cleveland Guardians. All right, let me get rid of that real quick. Okay. All right, offseason wish list. Good question. The first position on my wish list. Platoon first baseman. Trade or free agency. I don't really know who's out there via trade. But I'm sure there's definitely some guys out there we could acquire via trade. That's how we do things this year. Via trade. I mean, yeah, I feel like if Freddie Freeman never left Atlanta, Matt Olson would probably could be a Guardian right now. We really wanted him. We really, really wanted him. And I was kind of bummed when we didn't get him. It would have taken a little bit, but I'm sure we would have been able to get him. But now let's talk about my number. Brandon Belt. It doesn't seem like a Guardian signing to me. Hosmer? Too much. Player option. Jose Abreu. Imagine, guys, if we get if Jose Abreu became a Guardian. How ironic that would be. How ironic would it be if Jose Abreu became a Guardian? After being a White Sox for most of his career. That'd be funny as heck, especially if he comes here and Chris Valleca turns him into a god. I think he would have the right amount of pop for our lineup. He can hit bombs. And he's a good first baseman when he's Jose. Oh man. Imagine if we just had a whole team filled with Jose. Just a whole bunch of Jose's. You just be having singing Jose. Jose Trevino at catcher. Jose Iglesias at short. Is there any Jose's set at a second baseman? I don't know. We'd have Jose's all over the place. Jose Reyes? No. Jose Canseco? No. Just have a whole bunch of Jose's. The Cleveland Jose's. And when they sing the national anthem, instead of say it's Jose. Okay, enough of the jokes, but let's be real here. Jose Abreu would be a great get, but I think he's probably going to stay in Chicago, if I had to guess. Anthony Rizzo, that's not going to happen. He's staying in New York. He has a player option. Miguel Sano would be funny as heck again, but club option. He hasn't even been healthy, really. He barely played in the majors this year. Josh Bell would be great. I wanted him in the trade deadline. Santana would be fun to have back. Trey Mancini, another guy I wanted at trade deadline. Yuli Gurriel, I don't know if I want him. Now, the most typical Guardians, the old-style Guardians, like if Dolan was in control, I feel like Greg Bird would be the guy that we'd go after to be a platoon first. That's exactly something that we would do. It's just funny to me. That is something that we would definitely do. Greg Bird. Expectation, expectation is Josh Bell or Trey Mancini. Me vomit saying two words. Greg Bird. No. Yeah, like I said, I would love Josh Bell. It's the kind of pop we would need in our freaking lineup. Alrighty, so first base would be a pretty big, could be a possible get for us. Moving on now, we go to outfielders. Now, this isn't really a huge need because of the youngsters that step. I wouldn't mind us going after an outfielder. Now, as for any possible outfielders that we outfielders, just straight up outfielder, not right or left or center, just outfielder in general. So yeah, Aaron Judge, Pollock, player option. I wouldn't completely hate bringing him over. Joey Gallo would be cool. He'd probably be like a buy low candidate coming off 2 not so great years. I think he'd be all right. He'd be a good rejuvenation year for him. He needs a lefty bat. That'd be cool. You know, Adam Duvall seems like the most Guardians signing ever. Kiermaier, same thing, but he's got a club option. Benintendi, coming off an injury, I don't know. Haniger would be nice, but he might be expensive. Pham and Peralta would be awesome. David Peralta would be cool, but he's a lefty cool, I guess. He's a right fielder. He seems like a guy that we could go after. You know, move this way it'll allow you to move like Oscar, you know, give him more off days and stuff if they keep Oscar, which I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Jerickson Profar, because I guess we were looking at him, but he wanted to go to San Francisco for us, you know, which allowed Rocha to say jump pop every freaking day. Lovely. Hope Calhoun got a club option. Wouldn't hate him. Bobby Grossman, I don't know about him. Or Corey Dickerson. Naquin, he seems like a Guardian signing to me. Chad Pinder and Kevin Pillar might be the next 2 guys I would consider. If I had to name 5 guys to consider for the Guardians, in terms of likelihood, like, you know, price range, if we want to go big money, I would love if the club option is declined. Will Myers would be nice to have. You know, Duvall would be cool because he has some pop in the bat. Kiermaier, maybe. Haniger, yes. Pham, Peralta, yeah. Profar, Pinder and Pilar are probably the 5 guys that I could see us really looking at because they're cheap, and that's what we like to do. Cheap guys. If it's the Dolans handling the money, if Blitzer's handling the funds, I wouldn't be surprised if he went balls deep and went after a guy like Michael Brantley or Will Myers. I could see it, realistically. If it's indeed the Blitz man holding the funds. Let's see what this tweet said here. So next, my next wish list topic, starting pitcher. Now, before I lose the tweet again, here's the tweet that I found from my guy, targets I would entertain if I was the Guardians GM. G-Man Choi, that'd be a good first baseman option. I don't know if he's going to leave. I don't know if we'd trade for him. Tariq Skubal would be cool for number 4 or number 5 starting pitcher. I would love Tariq Skubal on the Guardians. Our pitching machine would turn him into an ace in no time. Ian Happ is the guy that I would love to have in the outfield. Imagine if we get Corbin. Now, my guess is a trade for Corbin would probably include some high-end prospects. He also listed Shohei Ohtani because, of course, he did. Shohei would be the ultimate pipe dream for me. He wouldn't even be a number 4 or 5. Bieber, McKenzie, and Quantrill. And then you add in a 5th, whether it's a low money, a low buy, you know, or trade. Then yeah, I would take a Shohei. Especially if you put like a Daniel Espino in the number 5 hole, or a Gavin Williams from the farm, or if you sign somebody. Unless you maybe even just keep Savali and just have him be the number 5. You know? But I would love Shohei Ohtani. I really would. Yeah, when you look at free agency, however, let's see what the free agent market would be for number 4 or 5 starting pitchers in general. But let's see what would be on there available for number 4. Yeah, right. He's still suspended, I think. Price would be interesting, but he'd probably be worth a lot. Chris Sale, nah. Player option, Rodon player option. If he declines it, that'd be interesting. We were looking at him last year. Syndergaard, I don't think so. Wainwright's too damn old. He's not going. He's probably retiring. Kershaw's too damn old and injury prone. Evaldi would be nice, but he's injury prone. Good. Zach Greinke. Can't beat him. Join him, right? I mean, if we can't beat him, bring him on your rotation. I don't know if I'd want him, though. Cookie would be awesome. I would love to bring back Cookie. Do it, though? God, I hope so. The youngest of the group is Severino, but he ain't going nowhere. Nola ain't going nowhere. Gray, don't know. Paxton, probably not going nowhere either. Mania would be interesting, but he's probably too expensive. Cal Gibson and Mike Minor would be interesting. Like buy low candidates. Bassett, too expensive. Heaney, no. Well, Drizzy would be interesting, but he has a player option. As does Taiwan Walker. Wade Miley seems like a logical choice if they want to go a little higher on the money. Michael Lorenzen would be nice, I guess. Not a horrible option. Tyone, Clevenger, no. Smiley, I don't know. Matt Boyd wouldn't be horrible. Lindy, he's got an option too. I think a club. Rich Hill, so Dick Mountain. Bring back Dick Mountain. I would love it. Cueto, wouldn't hate it. Perez, Stripling, Archer, Arihara, only like if you've run out of options. Joe Ross, Quintana, Sanchez, Zach Davies, Aaron Brooks. Okay, let's get real. Matt Hart. Now I'm not even going to go through the rest of the guys. The rest of these guys suck. Inducing garbage. I mean, I guess if you're looking for a number 4 or number 5 pitcher, I think the names that would come to mind are like Kyle Gibson, Mike Minor, Waka, those kind of guys. Those guys sound like number 4 or number 5 pitchers. Notice I said 4 and or 5, so we could go for 2 if we do that. I could see us signing one and then trading for one. We'll see what happens. Now, to follow that position up, I figured, why not reliever? So looking at reliever, probably going to be expensive. Jansen, no. Kimbrel, nah. Although, I mean, if we want to go big bucks, I mean, I wouldn't hate them, but they're just prone to choking. That's the only thing. And we already have a closer. Will Smith from Philadelphia, born and raised. No. Club option. We already have a closer. Britton, he'd be an interesting setup, man, but he'd probably be expensive. Diaz, no, we already have a closer. Unless you want to have the most dominant duo closer, double freaking barrel freaking closer duo ever. Trumpets and fireman. Nobody would ever score on us. After the 8th, I think. Bro, games would be 6 innings long. After that, Stefan would come in, they'd get you down. Karinchak comes in, buzz through you. Oh, after Karinchak, here comes Edward Diaz. Break out the trumpets. Then you have to deal with 100-mile-per-hour cutters. But let's be real, though. We're not going after those guys. Knebel would be an interesting get. He seems like a good setup man. Or, Will Harris. We would need a lefty. Wouldn't hit him. He has a player option. Nick Martinez, Brad Hand, hell no. Zach Eflin? No. Garrett Richards, club option. Not really sure. Suarez, Michael Givens seems like a Guardians get. Michael Fulmer, I mean, I wouldn't hurt. Ian Kennedy has a option. Trevor Rosenthal can't stay healthy. Stammen, no, I don't think so. Oberg, Colomate, no. Ottavino, not really sure. He's kind of old. Chad Green, no. Lugo, wouldn't completely hate that. Trevor Williams, Archie Bradley, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to say. David Robertson would be an interesting option. Because I think we'd really just need a guy that could eat innings like in the Stefan Karinchak and Class A. But we'll see what happens. Now, the next position. All right, so my last position on my wish list. No surprise. Pitcher via trade. I guess I could also say or free agency. I guess you could say or free agency. Yeah. It doesn't really matter how you get one, sign one, trade for one. Doesn't matter. Just get one. Our catching position last year was one big black hole. Arguably, it was the biggest hole on the team. It was tragic. So, in terms of catchers that are available via free agency, Perez, it'd be nice to bring him back. Him leaving. He's a free agent, but I don't know. It'd be cool to bring him back. I guess, nah. Zunino? No. Casali or Suzuki retired. Casali, bring back Sandy Leone again. Chirinos, I don't know about that. Vogt retired. Mercedes, nah. That's really it in terms of guys. Go for Sean Murphy. Why not? Trade for Sean Murphy again. Or I guess if you want to go big bucks, you could sign Wilson Contreras. If they even want to do that. Because the thing is, you got Bo Naylor coming up. And I think Luke Mailey's still under contract. So, we'll see what they decide to do. Video on it, of course, like I always do. If they sign any noteworthy guys, I'll make a video on it. If they sign someone like big name to a freaking minor league deal, I might just mention it in the video. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys. This was a fun season. And now, it's time to focus on the Browns, these losers right here, and the Cavs. So, another season of baseball's over. It's crazy, isn't it, how fast it goes? I don't even know how many freaking series recaps and previews I did. I feel like I did probably like 30 of them, 40 of them. Every few days I was doing a series recap preview. They love to see it though. But yeah, free agency let me see when free agency starts for the MLB. Oh, come on, you stupid computer. You know what? Let me just do this. Open up Google the long way. 2022 MLB free agency start date. Now, the thing is with MLB free agency, it starts like no, I need 2023 free agency. Yeah, because we're in the 2023 season. Here we go. So yeah, I honestly think MLB free agency might be the quietest of the free agencies. Because the other two sports, or three sports, when it starts, you know about it. I mean, a couple years ago, it's like 2 years ago, I didn't even know it started. So let's see, when does it start? Several months. Trying to see when it starts. When does free agency start? As soon as the season at club. No, there was a rule like that. Damn. It's going to be a very interesting free agency. I know, that's for sure. Let's see if I can find it here before I leave. Again, guys, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. Freaking YouTube Studio has been trolling me all day. All right. It doesn't say when it starts. I'm going to guess it'll probably start like a week after the season ends. You guys know, which I don't know how active they're going to be. I'm sure the postseason money surge that they got from this short postseason run that they had, but they can at least sign some decent players now that they also got a good minority. Maybe his reputation with the Sixers and the he's coming from teams that can spend, and he's part of the Harris Blitzer group, which they have deep pockets. Although I don't think Harris is a part of this group. They might be though. I wish I could see like who is a part of the ownership group. I know there's a couple people that are a part of the ownership group. Let me see this. Hang on. Sorry, guys, I keep stalling, but Cleveland Guardians ownership group. Yeah, we have a new minority owner, and he's going to be rising up. Yeah. So, yeah, owners. You have Dolan and Antoinetti. I'm Dolan and the. Love to see it, man. Uh, hmm. Oh well. But yeah, David Blitzer has now owns 25% of the team, and he's going to have the option to become majority owner in like 6 years. So that's cool. This was back in June. He was officially named the minority owner. They've been searching for a minority owner since John Sherman left in 2019 to purchase Kansas City. Team made dramatic cuts in payroll, watching its opening day payroll drop dramatically from nearly 130 million in 2019. I think we're going to see a rise in payroll before like everything even gets going. Yeah, so guys later. Well, probably I'm going to guess Saturday for Ohio State, Iowa. So until then, see you guys later. And let's go Bucks. And then, of course, Sunday, I'll probably go live for a doubleheader on Sunday. Probably going to do Browns and Ravens. And then maybe Sunday night, I'm probably going to do the Cavs and Wizards. So, should be fun. But I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Guardians. And here's to a busy, eventful, and fun offseason for the Guards. And I'm hoping that Blitzer comes in here and he's like, I like this young team, but we could definitely use some upgrades. Let's bring some good pieces in here. I want to see Heyman and Paston and all them, Ken Rosenthal. I want to see those guys tweeting about us signing guys, or even being interested and then signing in guys, because we didn't see that much last year. It was different seeing tweets saying the Guardians are interested in Matt Olson. I was like, what? Matt Olson? No way. And the same thing with Jock Peterson too, and Winker. Winker would have been a Guardian if the Reds didn't want to give up Suarez. But then if Winker was a Guardian, Quan wouldn't have come up, and who knows what our team would look like. I mean, Winker's good, but Quan, man, he was a freaking monster in left field in his first year. That's gonna wrap it up. What's this? The Cardinals elevated Rodrigo Blankenship. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But guess what? I don't really care. I don't really care. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do a video probably right after the season ends. Not a stream, a video. Votto, he's old. He ain't leaving Cincinnati. No, he ain't going nowhere. Why would he leave Cincinnati for Cleveland? He ain't doing that. No, he's Cincy for life, which is an interesting choice. But I mean, he was drafted there. It is what it is. But yeah, if the Guardians make any moves, I'll let you guys know. I'm probably going to do a video right after the season ends, like right after the World Series, giving you maybe 5 targets for the Guardians via trade or free agency once we really know who's out there. And then we'll see what happens. I think the Guardians might be active. I have a hunch. So let's see. I'm hoping that we spend some money and make this team better. Because I tell you one thing, we have one heck of a freaking thing to build on. Good young team. Let's add some veteran leadership in there. Let's add some pop in this lineup. I'm thinking catcher, first base, and a solid reliever, as well as maybe a starter. That's really all I really need. A platoon first baseman, okay. A catcher, yeah, that can actually hit as well as defend too, maybe a little bit, yeah. Although we love defensive catchers, so we're probably not going to do anything there. Yeah, a platoon first baseman, a catcher, and maybe a reliever and a starter. And that's it. So, yeah, veteran power hitter and one veteran pitcher would be nice. And a guy that can mash lefties, because I swear on everything, man. This team could mash righties for days, but when a lefty came in, we were dead. We're gone. We need a lefty slayer, man. Hey, Jordan Luplo. No, joking. We need a lefty killer. We need a guy who can come in, even off the bench, who can come in and just mash lefties. That would be wonderful. We'll see what they do. I expect some trades. That's how I think we're going to make our moves. Maybe one or two free agent signings as depth. But then for the big moves, we go via trade. Because you look at our farm system, it is loaded to the gills. I was surprised that we didn't make any moves at the deadline, but nothing came through. They were trying so hard for Sean Murphy, but the A's weren't budging. I'm surprised they didn't just say screw you then when it comes to Sean Murphy and try to go get like Christian Vasquez. He was already gone like midway through, I think the day before the free agency ended. We need a lefty killer. And I wouldn't mind another lefty in the pen too. I mean, Hentges was amazing. We need another one. We don't want to wear out Hentges' arm as the only lefty in our pen. Anthony Ghost? He's injured. I don't even think he'll be back next year. So yeah, we could use another solid lefty. That'd be cool. Because it's like once Hentges pitches, teams would be like, oh, cool, their lefty's out of the game. We can now go back to raking them now. Yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. We'll see what happens with the Guardians. If I hear any rumors, I'll make a video or talk about it on Twitter or whatever. That's going to wrap it up, guys. Shout out to everyone who came through. What a season. Sucks that it ends this way. I wish I could say I streamed last night and I'll be streaming Guardians baseball tonight. Woohoo! But no, payroll. They just decreased it because they, trades and stuff. They wanted to retool a little bit. And the fact that they lost their minority owner who went and bought a rival team because he's from there. They lost their secondary payroll punch. But now we got it back. And a guy that can spend crazy amounts because he's just born like that. So we'll see what happens. I would love to see Blitzer. I would love to see that Blitzer money hit the bank account and we start spending like madmen. I start seeing tweet upon tweet upon tweet saying the Guardians are going after everybody. And it's like, ah. By the way, Guardians, you see what your neighbors are doing, right? You see what the other teams in the city are doing, right? Browns got Deshaun. Habs got Spida. Heck, few hours down south, the Blue Jackets got Johnny Gaudreau. Yeah. Even the Columbus freaking Crew got a dude, Chucho, one of the premier strikers in, I guess, Europe. He played for Wolverhampton. Pretty high-level team. Dude came over to Columbus and started scoring goals immediately. You truly love to see that. So, Guardians, what I'm going to need you to do, make a bang. Make a boom move. Trade for some big name. I'm off to the NBA season right now. The Raptors is playing the Cavaliers like their hair was on fire. Someone actually on Twitter said that the Raptors defense was, they're playing the brand of prison ball. And there's like no rules. They were just hacking and whacking and The refs were just standing there like, dude. They were like, the refs were just sitting there twiddling their thumbs like, da, 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 da. But then, God forbid, we breathe on them and they'd be like, oh, foul. Oh, thank God we got Spider. That's going to wrap it up here, guys. Gotta wait for, YouTube Studio to get serious. Okay. But I'll see you guys later. All right. Have a great rest of your day. And see what happens, man. By the way, NFL trade deadline. Now just over almost a week away. So Andrew Berry, knock knock. Knock knock, Andrew Berry. Are you still home? Do you still view this season as not a lost season? Because I swear to God, if you make no moves after Deion Jones, I'm gonna wonder if you changed your mind and you then viewed this season as a lost season. Because if you viewed this season as a lost season, you wouldn't trade your draft picks. Well, no, if you still view this season as a lost season or not a lost season based off of what you do. If you truly think we still have a chance at the division and a playoff spot, you will make moves and you will improve this team. If not, then we'll know. Okay, he knows this season is lost. He's not going to waste his draft capital. Yeah. So I guess we'll see what they do. They have about a week. Bye week coming up after the Bengals game next week. So see what happens. Last two, and there was one move that happened. And it was freaking Aqib Talib getting traded, and he didn't even play. So we'll see what happens. I expect some moves to be going down here soon, a couple of days maybe. But watch nothing happen. That's usually how it goes. It's all buzz, no substance. All smoke, no fire. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm crazy, dog. We're almost going on an hour because they could mess around and get somebody injured like that. Oh, yeah. Broncos need to make some O-line moves. We need to make some defensive line moves. Our interior D-line is unserious beyond belief right now. And all we're doing is bringing in, like, no names. Like, who are these people? Dong Tong Su! Yeah, why haven't we brought him in there yet? At least bring him in for a visit, a workout. See what he can do. Are they going to do anything? I don't even know. It's not even like we don't have the money. We practically did nothing in free agency. We were so quiet. We signed Taven Bryan. We really signed Taven Bryan, and Browns fans thought, because honestly, I'll be real with you before I leave here. I thought Taven Bryan was going to be a depth signing. I thought, that's a cool depth signing, not going to hurt. He'll barely play a lot. But it's like, wait, he's a starter? Are we real right now? We knew we were unserious when we decided to start Taven Bryan. Broncos need Russ to pick it up. I don't know what's up with Russ. I don't know what happened with him. Is it the high altitude? Is that messing with him? Maybe maybe he just doesn't, maybe it's like the way the Denver is. I don't know. Because remember the last time he played Denver in the Super Bowl, the Seahawks slaughtered the Broncos. Maybe it's just maybe Pete Carroll took away his talent. Maybe Pete Carroll put a hex on him. Maybe Russ is just cooked. Maybe the cooker is cooked. He needs to get right, man, because Broncos fans are pissed off. Maybe it's not even Russ. Maybe it's that bozo Nathaniel Hackett. It could be it too. Maybe Nathaniel Hackett's a freaking loser. I don't know. Just the way he's been acting on the sidelines, like, in terms of being a coach. He's so bad at game management. They had to hire someone to help him with game management. Like, huh? Huh? But see what happens. But yeah, if the Guardians or Browns. I'm gonna wrap this up. I've officially gone over 1 hour. I only wanted this to really be a half-hour video, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Crazy dog, don't do a stream over an hour challenge. Insanely difficult. Both our offseason additions to make our team Super Bowl contenders are costing us right now. Well, ours, freaking Deshaun ain't even playing right now. But I mean, people think Deshaun's going to save everything. No, he'll only help the offense. Our offense could score 30 plus a game with him at quarterback, but our defense would give up freaking 35 a game. I don't know what else to think about this freaking team. I swear. But it's going to wrap it up, guys. I'm going to head on out of here. Give me some dinner and just relax. Maybe see some trades go down. Damian Harris was a full participant today. Awesome. 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 Awesome, man. So cool. Wow. Wow. All right. I'm out, guys. See you later. Probably on Saturday for Buckeyes, Iowa. Till then, I'm out. Bye-bye. Indians, yeah. Calves, Spider. Give me Spider, baby. Man, Spider is truly him. He really is. So glad we got him.